wherever you are as a person, whether you're in Canada, wherever you are, if you are moving to a new space, a new home, a new apartment, don't just get it because it's available. You need to put up a checklist. You need to have something in there that connects you to the place to call it your own. This is my checklist. I think an apartment checklist is very, very important because it helps you see things down. I mean, for me, I have a 9 to 5, so most of my time is not mine. During the day, I work, so I have just a few, hours to myself to figure things out. That is not when I'm going to be checking, moving around from place to place just to see something and say no, no. When I have a checklist, when I had my checklist, it was very easy. There are certain places that when I see online, on Kiji or on Marketplace or through referrals that I go like, nah, this is not me. Let's move on to something else because I know exactly what I'm looking for. And it had nothing to do with, oh, I'm looking for an expensive place. No. So on my checklist, I had the first thing I was looking for, of course, we all talk about, you know, budget range, what I can afford without struggling, what I refuse to overpay for. And for me, I wanted to live large. After school, I was like, nah, I mean, trying to create my own space, get very serious with YouTube. I wanted a space where I can easily set up my YouTube stuff, because I really wanted to get into, content. I won't say full time, but gradually, get into it. Have my 9 to 5, have that as well. And finally, if I'm able to find my footing, move into it full time. So I really wanted to get a space where I can easily set up and talk freely and shoot whenever I wanted to. My checklist was not the static type that I can move around. But when you have it, it's easier for you to maneuver your way through. So the first apartment I wanted, where I knew I had this YouTube thing in mind, what I wanted to set up, it was going for 1800. One bedroom apartment. It was in this new establishment. I mean, the range was, I knew I could pull it off with proper planning, but it was going to be very tight on me on my budget. So I spoke to some friends of mine, like, nah, D, take your time. And I mean, I was very defensive. I was like, nah, this is the place I want and everything. And I thought about it. I'm like, is that what I want? No. And I also wanted a space where utility would be covered, Wi-Fi. Yes, I don't have to get my own Wi-Fi and everything, something that has this kind of package. You get me? So that was another thing I was looking for. And also I'm not driving, so I was looking for like under location. I was looking for something that was close to work, that had bus access. That was, I had a safe neighborhood. People get stuck on the budget range where, oh, I don't have enough money. And with proper planning, there's nothing you can do. I mean, one thing I learned in Canada is if you plan properly, there's nothing you can get in this country. When you plan properly, you don't put pressure on yourself, but you know this is a goal you're working towards, and you actually take your time to put money aside. It really, really helps. I mean, if you're somebody that you don't want to get into this space or get into this level or this kind of comfort, it's all about proper planning, especially if you don't have kids. I don't have kids. So for me, yeah, proper planning really, really works if you're looking for that space. So I knew, I mean, the 1800 spot was something I really wanted, but with time, I realized that no, my mind changed and I was like, "No, okay, for range, it's a bit too much. So I would have to calm down. I mean, I just finished school. I have other things I want to do. I have other things I wanted to set up because I was thinking of getting into events as well, meaning if I need money to invest, my space, my house, my apartment would take all my money and I can't really do much. So I moved on to looking for other things. I'm just saying this for you to know that it's not static. If you get a space and you love it, but the money is too much, you are so in your rights and feelings to look for something else. It's only a fool who doesn't change his mind or her mind. So from my new space to the bus terminal, it's just $10. So from there I can take a bus to my workplace if that is what I want. So I can work around with it. You get it? Yeah. So that was another thing I looked out for. And also for lighting and airflow, I wanted something that, natural light is a must. Nothing too stuffy because, honey, we need fresh air to breathe. I don't want any space where, yes, I'm paying less money for and I'm suffocating myself. No way. I mean, somebody will go like, oh, it's not. It is a big deal. It is a big deal. Your health is your wealth. So, honey, these are some of the things that you need to consider. It's not just about, oh, it's too expensive, I can't afford it. What if it's not too expensive, but you're killing yourself? You still end up using the money anyway. You feel me? Be a forward thinker. Don't just think about the rent, budget, a bracket. I have to stay within this. If you have to stay within this and you're killing yourself, bro, it's not advisable. And I also concerned with the layout and privacy. Looking like separate bedroom, where it's not an open plan. You get me? I don't want an open plan. I want a door to my bedroom. If my kitchen and my living room is an open plan, comes to the open plan layout, that's fine. But for my room, I want something shutting my door so I don't have to smell food in my clothes. Do you get me? So yes, I didn't want something open like a studio apartment. No, I wanted something that I can close my room to, so if I get to share my apartment or whatever it is, there's a bit of privacy in there. So, and also who I'm sharing the space with. If I opt for something I'm sharing, yes, I mean, for the bathroom, like I said, I'm not used to sharing my bathroom, but if with my price range, I can't pay $2,000 now, and I'm looking for a space where it's between maybe 900 to 1,500, and I'm supposed to maybe share my bathroom, and I'm sharing just with one person. I feel like I can deal with that. I can deal with that than paying like 600 and sharing my bathroom with seven other people. Like I said, it's different when you're a guy, but when you're a woman, a young woman like me, there are certain things that you think is nothing till you get infections that you can't cure because you don't know who is using the bathroom. But so that's another checklist for me. Who I'm sharing my apartment with, who I'm sharing my space with, the number of people in the unit, the cleanliness and the respect that matters. Is the space okay to coexist? So those are some of the things I look out for. You can't just move into it because, oh, you're paying 200 or $300 because yes, you're just thinking of just the budget, just the price of the space, and now you're always fighting somebody, or you don't even want to get back at home because you don't want to get back to your space that you call home because somebody's pressuring you. You don't even you don't get along with people you live with, and honey, it can be a whole lot. From experience, it can really really be a whole lot. So these are some of the things that you need to check, and it helps you ask the right questions when you're talking to your landlord. It's not like they show you the place and that's it, because you don't have a checklist, or you don't know the right questions to ask. Checklist helps you ask your landlady the right questions. How many people live here? Who is this? Who is that? Is the person white? Is the person black? Is the person okay? Is the person comes with family? Is the person by himself? You ask so many things because they'll also ask you questions as well. Where you work? Are you okay sharing this? Are you okay sharing that? There are rules in the house that you need to ask. Oh, you can't bring somebody in. Somebody cannot sleep over for 2 or 3 days. You need to ask. It's not like you just move in. Now you move in and they're telling you why is your boyfriend in your house for 3 days, and you're asking, hey, I pay for the place. Why can't I have my boyfriend in? Especially if you're sharing the space with somebody. Do you get it? So all these, you need to find out the rules, especially the non-spoken ones. And that is what a checklist helps you to do. So, and also for me, what I avoided, I'll get deeper into it in my next video. For me, what I wasn't ready to even bargain with anybody, weird energy, basements. Yes, I'll get into that. No disrespect to anyone living in basements, yes, and places with no windows or airflow. Honey, I am not ready to pay $100 for a space a month and die. Health is very very important to me. So yes, these are my checklist. I'll go over it again. The first one is the budget range. The second one was location. The third one was lighting and airflow. My fourth one was layout and privacy. My fifth one was who I'm sharing the space with, if I get to share it with somebody. And the seventh one is what I avoid, something that is a no-no for me. That's something that I'm not even going to bargain, or even you can talk me out of it. So yeah, those are the things that I use, and I found this beautiful space. When I saw it online, it was a bit, but I was like, you know what? I like the layout. I like how simple, and yeah, it's not as big as this space. My room is not as big as this space, but because it's an entire house, it's not an apartment, it's an entire house. Sorry, because I'm used to living in an apartment, so it's an entire house, a townhouse with 3 bedrooms. So, and I've never lived in a house in Canada, so it was kind of, I walked in and it was so It's in the south of Berry, and it was so amazing. I loved it. Immediately I walked and I was like, oh my goodness, this is it. So yes, I'm not saying that I ticked every checklist on board, but I'm happy that I was able to take more than 5 out of it. If I had 10, if I had 7, I was able to take 5 out of the 7, because with my price range, I'm paying $900 for this place, and it's a bit closer to what I was paying. Now I pay 800 here, and here with my 800 I pay utilities separate. So my 800 comes with just my Wi-Fi. But with that place, 900 includes everything: my utility, my Wi-Fi, hydro water, there's washer dryer, everything is in there. So for me, and it comes to the fitted kitchen as well. And fortunately for me, I have a bed base. So the only thing I have to get it right now when I'm moving in is my mattress, because I have like my beddings and everything. So for now, that is what I need to move in with. And for me, yes, it's not ideally what I wanted. It's not my first option, because my first option, I told you, was going for 1800, and it comes with a workspace, a party space, a patio, rooftop, and all that. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. But with what I have that I'm paying for 900, is plush. It's a new neighborhood. I love the neighborhood. Very secured. There's a children's playground and everything. The house is very beautiful. My landlord, very, very beautiful lady. No, landlady and landlord. I mean, husband and wife. That's why I said landlord. But it's a landlord and a landlady. They are very, very nice. They don't live there. That's another thing. They don't live there. They live in Toronto, and I'm in Barrie. So there's nothing like awkward feeling early in the morning, and you're seeing awkward faces or your landlady's faces. So I don't live with my landlady. Thank God. That is another thing. So yeah, I know I'm talking a lot, but I hope my checklist helps somebody out there. If you're moving out, yes, you don't have to follow what I'm following. You don't have to use the same thing. I mean, if you're moving out, you don't have to use my checklist. We are different. We have different tastes. But to me, I feel like you put it down a checklist, whether physically or mentally, would really help you in finding your next stop that you can proudly call your own. My name is Dorothy Canalia. See you in my next video. Take care.